Hello, hi, and welcome again to the Terminal Podcast, where in the end, it's all about the numbers. We are broadcasting high above Civic Center Station, and this afternoon, we'll continue this Hireman's venture based from the Castle on the Hill with another THS alum to answer a few questions. Please share your name and where you're calling from.
I am Miriam Pedler, and I'm calling currently from Teaneck, New Jersey.
Okay. Miriam, did you continue your education after graduating from THS?
I did, yes. I spent some years overseas in Israel, in university there. I did a stint at Ramapo College of New Jersey and finished up at Fairleigh Dickinson in Home Sweet Home.
Okay. Are what personal details, if any, would you like to share since leaving the castle on the hill?
I live in Bogota, New Jersey, was not able to go very far from our home. I have four kids, 25, 16, about to be 14, and about to be 9.
Okay.
A lot of
Well,
damn kids.
this afternoon you are here to answer the William E. Brown Memorial Questionnaire. As a former winner of this prestigious and random award, I'm here to ask someone random questions, and after your answers, you may receive the same accolades I did. Are you ready?
Definitely.
Okay. Question one. Do you still think and or say you're from New Jersey?
Absolutely. I'm still from New Jersey.
When you were overseas, did you tell people you were from New Jersey, America, or did you specify Teaneck?
I think everybody knows how awesome Teaneck is, so I was proud to say that I was a Teaneck resident, and I still, every once in a while, tell people I'm from Teaneck. People don't know Bogota as well.
Ah, fair
It's not
point.
worth knowing. It's
Yeah, it's pagoda.
we beat
It's
we
fine.
beat the Pagoda Bucks last week in playoff football, so that's
We
why I'm
sure
talking
did.
trash.
We sure did.
Okay. Local sports aside, question number two. What was your favorite mall growing up?
I have really good memories from all of the malls, honestly. Hanging out, definitely Garden State Plaza, but my first half of high school, I was at Frisch, which was in Paramus, and right across the street from the Bergen Mall. And I went so
Hmm,
often that I ended up having to finish high school at Teaneck High School.
okay.
Were you making out with boys there or something?
I mean, it was a co-ed school, but yes, they had a comic book shop, which was pretty great. Some CVS.
Okay.
Kissing
Then
boys in the comic book shop. It's a story as old as time, Martin.
yeah, that is a fair point. That is a fair point. I would ask that comic book question, but I'll move on to question three. Have you ever used advanced math like pre-calculus and trigonometry and things like that since high school?
Um, I was not an advanced math student. I was more of a remedial math student.
Hmm.
But I would say that I use it more, well, in general, use math more often in my adult life than I thought I would. Um, Specifically in like things like finishing our attic, knowing how much drywall to cut, I think was
I
probably the
see.
closest that I came to.
So, would you say that the math that you learned in high school has been beneficial for you as you've moved past for these past 25, 30 years?
Kids, learn your math, memorize your math facts. Definitely.
Okay.
It hurt anybody. I don't think it's gonna hurt
It can't. It shouldn't. Well, we'll move from that to question number four. What do you think of drivers from other states?
Ah, the worst. They're the worst. I can only drive in New Jersey. Yeah, I can't even walk in other states. It's not,
anybody.
no, no.
When you talk about walking, I was going to say, are you considered a fast walker amongst others, or
Yes, I have a friend who moved to the west coast of Florida from Union City, and I remember walking with her in a parking lot there, and somebody looked at us and went, "Where's the fire, ladies?" And we were like,
We're
"Just
walking from point A to point B. Yeah.
pace there is not for me."
It's I am fascinated by the whole walking pace. It's something I did you notice that? I was going to say, I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but when you were overseas, do you notice that the pace that you walk at? Because I feel like as a walker, is it just that we walked malls, that we're used to walking? Any,
I think the pace from here, even in, people have said in other states that they, especially in Florida, that they prefer to hire people from New York, New Jersey, just because they're the pace in which they complete things, how we think about things. We just jump from idea to idea, thought to thought. So I think that's generally true about our part of the country in everything that we do, not just walking, not just driving, but it certainly applies to how we walk and drive.
interesting. I
I think I've
agree
balanced it
100%.
out, Martin.
Hmm.
I think I balanced it out walking because I spent so much time in the South in my 20s.
Uh-huh.
So I think I slowed down to a normal pace, not to a Southern pace, because I started, right?
At
Like
a,
Miriam's saying, I started
yeah,
at that New Jersey pace.
true. Well, as I've walked in the South for the last couple decades, and yeah, I've never lost my Jersey pace. It's just walking past people. It becomes like a it becomes like a Mario Kart where you're kind of going through traffic and you're racing past these people and you're kind of going, why are you going so slow? I'm not even using my booster. I'm just passing you, which is a whole separate thing.
You bring this question up right after the mall question because I actually think that there's something that's related there. I'm thinking about, how we instinctively on escalators stand on the
Mhm.
right, that we think about how we pass people.
Yes.
I'm respectfully passing that family with the small children or the grandparent as they're walking by me in the mall. But I got places to be, and I'm just trying to get there safely and not causing any trouble, just heading on my way.
I'm realizing now that I can use this as proof that is just where I grew up from, that we grew up in the Northeast, that we are moving at an accelerated pace, like we have someplace to be. If we didn't have someplace to be, we wouldn't be walking. We'd be doing something else. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Question five.
Mental determination for sure.
I do want to get back on track to question five. Do you still have and or wear any of the clothing you wore in high school?
I don't think I have any of the I moved in between high school and college, so I think I lost a lot in between. I'm trying to think if I have anything.
Is there anything that you can think back that you would want to have?
Yes, my flannels were great. I had such great flannels. I had such great flannels.
It was a great time for flannel.
I was going to say flannel was big back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Okay. Question six. Do you remember the black door and the white door?
yeah. I transferred as a senior. So lots of people gave me advice before I started. Um,
I'm sorry. Are you, for those who can't see, are you looking that advice up or
no,
no? Okay.
I'm just thinking about what sort of like where I got that advice from.
Oh, please.
I think people, had said, it's going to be really different than your previous experiences. They did tell me about the black door and the white door and the Spanish door. Um, I was a South Stairs girl in the end, so I don't remember not feeling that I couldn't walk through any door. Like once I had gotten to THS, I don't think I really thought about that again. But people did tell me about it ahead of time, and they also told me about the pool on the fourth floor. So I, surprisingly never found that either. I guess our
I forgot about the pool on the fourth floor. I completely forgot about that. But you did say you transferred from a different school. So what was it like coming from that different school? What did you kind of heard before besides the advice? What did you heard anything kind of beforehand, or did you have any impression of Teaneck High School before you arrived?
So I went to elementary school in Englewood, and I remember taking the school bus from Teaneck to Englewood and passing the high school every day and thinking, I'm going to go there one day, and I can't wait, and my life is going to be amazing. Um, I think it was really, I grew up very sheltered, and um, it was honestly the first day just being able to wear pants to school was really exciting. Um, so I think it was everything I had hoped for and more. I wish I had more time there. It was a great experience. I had great teachers. I made good friends, and I think I had a good understanding of Teaneck as a place where we valued um, civil responsibility and social responsibility, where we respected diversity and we tried to be good neighbors and good friends, where we really leaned on having hard but important discussions respectfully. And those things were sort of like foundational about being from Teaneck even before I went to the high school. And then I just got to experience it on a much larger scale once I was there. So it was great. I had a great year.
Did you
Okay.
grow up in an Orthodox home?
Yeah, I did.
Very conservative one, or
Um, I think at the time, sort of like conservative leaning religiously didn't necessarily equal not open to things that were secular. Um,
okay,
but let's say like I wore pants growing up outside of school. So that was, I mean, I think pretty typical for families that were observant in that time.
mm.
But certainly was expected to go to a Jewish day school, like graduate a good girl and a good, follower of the culture.
Interesting. Just an interesting take.
No,
Most of us grew up in the Teaneck public schools, our whole lives, and so,
I was gonna say,
but around plenty of Orthodox Jewish families in our neighborhoods and
yeah, it
everything.
was, yeah, well, it was part of the town. I was going to say there were many residents within the town that followed that, but that's a side crust. So I will move on as I just teased to question number seven. Who did you have a crush on that never knew?
I I think that because I started so late in the year, I was more focused on getting to know people and not so much on having crushes. And I think I grew up very sheltered. And so I don't want to say it wasn't on my mind, obviously.
Hmm.
Phoenix residents are the hottest, obviously, of everyone in New Jersey. But um, I don't know that I was really more focused on making friends and fitting in and not fitting in, but like feeling like I could fit in than having crushes. I'm
Did
sure
you
there was somebody, but I don't know. I can't
No,
really.
that's fine. Did you like I guess it comes back to it, and I guess I'm reiterating it. Did you feel like you were able to fit in? Were you able to make those connections that you felt, I mean, in such a short time, but
It took a really, really long time. I will say by the end of the year, like I think about prom, I had other seniors in my prom limo, which was like to me is the gauge of like knowing somebody enough to socialize with them on like the most important night of your high school life. Um, I think I mentioned on your post of Jay Lux's video that he was the first person to talk to me on the first day of school. Um, so, I counted him at the time as one of my friends, and Roland and Chris, you and I had a class together, I think. Uh,
Mhm.
David Tediello, I sort of remember him from senior year. I think I have prom pictures with him. And Jessica Nunziata, um, Rebecca Schlosser was in my prom limo. I'm trying to remember who else. Monique, Joanne. So I did get to know some friends by the end of senior year for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Martin, we
Question.
need to get
Oh,
Rebecca on
yes.
because I'm pretty sure she had a crush on me. And really, that's what we're doing this podcast for, is to find the one person that had a crush on either one of us, and then we will stop doing
Well,
this.
that is one of the goals, but that is that's not there.
But I recall like freshman year, someone telling me that she had a crush on me.
If I had been there freshman year, maybe my answer would have been different. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, it's.
We'll count it.
I was gonna say that is part. A lot of this is to try to.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Question 8. Since we've graduated, how far have you physically traveled from Teaneck High School as sort of the center point? I guess from where you are now, though. So,
Um, I guess probably Israel would be the furthest. I did do a day in Jordan, which was amazing. And if you have the opportunity to do it, highly suggest. But that's probably the furthest. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
Jordan's a little further
Tiny
a
bit
little
east.
further.
Yeah.
first east. Yeah.
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 It was a little bit of that like Robin Hood Men in Tights. I'm on the East Bank, I'm on the West Bank.
Okay. Question number 9. What do you remember the science classrooms looking like?
Um, Mrs. Heafy, is that the physics teacher's name? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes, someone else pointed her out, and I didn't remember her, and we looked it up, Martin. Remember?
Hmm.
Yeah, I had
Uh,
her. Um, I remember we had some awesome classrooms. There were like weird murals on the wall. My English class had like a forest. Um,
I do remember
cabinet.
the forest on the wall.
I don't remember like lab tables.
The
There were like regular desks. I don't know.
the
I remember Miss Heafy. She was not nice to me, but
the follow-up question is you've mentioned 1, 2, and 2 kids that are aging towards middle and or high school. Have you visited their science classrooms and how similar are they to what you went to?
um, Bogota this is not going to come as a surprise because it's around the same age as Teaneck, and very close. There's a lot inside Bogota High School that's very similar to Teaneck High School. Teaneck is like much bigger. Um, and Bogota probably hasn't been updated since I was in high school. So I would say that it probably looks a little bit too much alike. And I'm happy to pay taxes to support the improvement of all public schools everywhere.
And on that note, which is a good one.
Superintendent, I'll talk to
uh, we'll finish with question 10. What do you remember most about your life before graduation, before actually finishing high school? What sort of, is there any moment or, you know, memories or anything like that that you kind of think back to?
Um, so funny story, Mr. March had to tutor me over the summer because my history teacher did not pass me in history. Um, so my summer was before I graduated. Um, I remember, I mean, shout out to Mr. March. May he rest in peace. He was tough cookie and he really cared about me. Um, and that was like, who has teachers that care about them so much? Like, that's really impressive. So that's something that I think about a lot. Um, I remember that I left my Animaniacs umbrella in my limo at the prom. I think about that a lot. That was really sad.
Oh,
Um,
the Animaniacs.
yeah,
Pay for play contracts.
him.
Love, love that cartoon.
but yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I don't remember a lot from high school.
Mhm.
I think
No,
some of the ways that many of us fit in high school precluded us from remembering things many years later.
it is
Um,
possible.
but my, overall impression is that it was good times, the best people. I think I learned more in that one year outside of the classroom than I learned in the previous 11 inside.
Okay. Well, that's a perfect way to say you've reached the end, and you shall receive the same accolades as this former winner. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So good
As
seeing you guys. Well, seeing one of you
well,
guys, but hearing one of you.
oh, I apologize, but as always, I'm sorry, the Terminal podcast ends with a trivia question, and you've already mentioned the age of the Pagoda School. I'll ask a very simple question. According to the township itself, what year was Teaneck High School built?
Ooh,
Before then, kids went to secondary school in Leonia and Englewood and Hackensack until the Castle on the Hill was completed in
let's say 1932.
1932. Dr. Farthing, you got an answer?
That was going to be my guess. I was debating between 1927 and 1932. So I'll let her have 32. I'll go with 27.
All right. 1932 and 1927 are the numbers. Thanks for listening to the latest W.E. Brown questionnaire. The trivia answer will be in the description for this episode. I'll be back soon enough with hopefully something better to put down. Miriam, thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
Take it easy on your life's highway and have a good afternoon.